Hello. I'm here. It's time. It is that time to go and talk about the fun stuff today. Well, what are we talking about? We're talking about AI tools that may help you and your business, but also parenting after dark. I'm sure that's exciting. Now, as you can see, I do have my camera in front of me here and my other camera over there. So if you're joining from this side and you can see me looking directly at you, you're on the phone. And if you see me over here, you see me on the actual camera. So if you're here in front of the phone, you don't see the paperwork, but I will put that on gbrlife.com. So you can always go there and you can check that out. And you should be able to see it, but you can also go to gbrlife.com and check that out. I'm very excited about the discussion for tonight because, frankly, who doesn't want more tools to help them? Come on now. It's always best to have something in your pocket if you don't know what you need, right? Really quickly. Although last time I did say that I was going to have everything set up, and I basically do. So shouldn't be a whole bunch of trying to get everything to work. I forgot my microphone is right here, so you may not hear me as well. Okay. You may not have heard any of that as well. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I just need one little thing because I have what I want right in front of me too, so I don't have to keep looking over here. So, I'm probably going to end up looking at the actual tools as I read them off to you. But like I said, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our live about AI for entrepreneurs and parenting after dark, balancing the joys and challenges, right? So we're going to do tonight in a two-part segment. First, we're going to talk about those AI tools because AI tools are everything. Think about it. What do we all know is coming, right? And it doesn't matter if you like it coming or not. It's here. That's life. We are using AI. So what does that mean? It means that you need to make AI work for you, not against you. Make your life easier, not harder. What is that whole saying? Work harder. No, work smarter, not harder. So how do we do that? Okay. Well, obviously it can revolutionize the way that you're doing your business. Yeah, that's known. But that being said, and as we dive deeper into it, artificial intelligence is our ally, like I was saying, right? But there's so many different ways to use it because you're not going to, everybody knows about ChatGPT. So I was kind of trying to allude to it, but I didn't go directly into it because it's the first one most people are thinking of. But that's not the only AI tool out there. And neither is like those other tools like CapCut or, just video editing softwares. There's so much more, including tools that are now integrated into it. So for example, one of the tools that I'm going to be talking about is just one of many in that specific section is ClickUp. It's a project management tool, but it does a lot more. It organizes your life. I've talked about it before. But why that matters is because ClickUp already has a lot of automation in it. But here's the thing. It also added AI to help you organize your life even more. So we have tools out there already integrating AI into itself because of exactly what I'm saying. They're using AI to help them. So how can we have it help you in things like, if you see me in front of you here, you can't see this, but I have a list of things like virtual assistants, predictive analysis, marketing and content creation, sales and CRM systems. I'm scrolling over to the side so you can also see the other ones. Internal operations and process automation, supply chain optimization. AI now has these tools. You do not have to go searching for it. So let's talk about some of these tools. The first ones, let's go into virtual assistants and customer service. Now, I will say, if you have a business, the first thing that you should know is that you really need to make sure that you have everything kind of set up as its own thing, right? You don't want to be you as the business. Even if you're you still need to be separate from that business. So when I start talking about these chatbots and virtual assistants, you need to know that the first thing, it should all be under your business itself. But tools like Intercom, Drift, and ManyChat. I'm going to say that again. Intercom, Drift, and ManyChat. These are AI chatbots that you can add to your website, to your phone lines, different things like that. And that's the reason why I was saying you have to have your own separate things too. Like you do need to have your business is your business, your personal is your personal. That way, if you're using tools like Intercom, Drift, or ManyChat, you are going to be able to change the way that you're interacting with your customers. What does that mean? Okay, you can't be available 24/7. Even some of you who think you might be able to be available 24/7, you can't. It's just not possible. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. How can we all be truly available? I'm trying to find another word for available, but no, there's really no other word. Just available 24/7. You can't be, but AI can be. AI can work for you. What's another thing? Okay, well, I have listed over here Zendesk and Freshdesk. Those are customer service platforms. They make tickets. So if you're doing something like you happen to be a computer person who helps to fix things or phones, or say you just fix things in general. Oh my God, a mechanic. You're just a small business. You're a great mechanic. You have your own small business doing that. Well, you can have a whole bunch of people calling in and you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to schedule all this? And I can't also work on the cars while I'm answering the phone, but you can use something like Zendesk or Freshdesk to do that for you. These are AI tools and they work. They work because they basically make it where you're available, even if you're not. And the customer doesn't always know because AI, yes, has gotten that good now. I mean, there's other tools out there that, of course, will emulate people's voices. But if you want to use those, you can. And I'm sure in some cases, people will notice that it sounds a little computerized, but not completely always sure that it is a computerized situation. Okay, so let's go into predictive analysis and market trends. It doesn't matter what business you are. You kind of have to know what's going on with your competition, but also what is the trends going on in the world. That's how you stay on top of things. It doesn't matter if you're a mechanic. It doesn't matter if you are a content creator. You have to know what's going on in order to be basically the best business that you can be. Well, there are tools for that. AI-driven tools. We all know about Google Analytics, and I did add Google Analytics because that obviously is one of them. But there is also IBM Watson, and you may not know that. IBM Watson, I actually wrote it over here and you see it in front of your face if you're on the other side of the world. If you're on the phone, you don't see that. But basically, it offers capabilities for predictive analysis and it helps business forecast future trends, customer behaviors, and market opportunities. I don't know how many of you may have taken a class in high school where you learned how to be a small business and what it takes. Some of us were able to choose what type of small business we wanted to be. I personally chose restaurant, one of the most likely to fail businesses. But in that, as you're figuring out your business, you have to figure out things like where are you going to locate yourself. Nowadays, it's not as big as it used to be because, you know, if you put a business on the corner of a street, how much traffic was going through that area and would that work for your business? Were people able to actually pull into your business? Little things like that make a big difference as to how many customers actually show up. Well, how do you change that into a virtual world? You change it by using AI to work for you. Now, you can ask ChatGPT to do that for you as well. That's entirely possible. You're able to do that by just simply asking in a prompt, Hey, can you analyze my business? You would first actually tell it to take a look at your site if you have a site. And I would suggest that everybody has a site. That's kind of important. But if you don't have a site, one of the best things to do is, I guess, probably look at your competition first and either create a site after that, or just look at your competition and take them and go through IBM Watson and figure out that and take all of that information and also go through ChatGPT and ask it. And you can also compare and see who tells you the best information. You can also come up with a marketing plan or a business plan that way. See, these are ways that you can make your business better. Because, for example, because I love those examples, right? If you are trying to figure out how to optimize your business, and you know that people are coming in and either buying a product or they're doing something that really benefits you, but you don't know why it's benefiting you. Well, you can use these types of trends in order to figure out not only what is optimizing it, but also how to bring more of that type of customer in. So if it's, okay, I happen to have a clothing brand. So if it's a clothing company, you can have ChatGPT or something like IBM Watson go through your site to figure out why does that specific item sell better? And who's the customer who's actually buying it? And then when you're doing a business plan, okay, that's not easy. It's quite difficult actually, because I mean, we don't all have classes specifically teaching us how to do all of that. Well, you don't have to anymore. You don't have to have that class. You just go to tools like Google Analytics, predictive metrics though, and IBM Watson. And these will allow you, and ChatGPT, and these will allow you to not only find out all that information, but figure out the type of customer that you're attracting and the types that you want to attract. And then you can start to reconfigure your business to attract those people. So this is why you want to use AI to benefit you. You don't have to use it on your day-to-day. We can go back up for a second and talk about the virtual assistant and customer service. And if that works for you, use it. But if it doesn't, AI will work for all of you in some capacity, including predictive analysis. That's a huge one. I don't care what business you have. Those are tools. I did not put ChatGPT, but those are tools all of you entrepreneurs better be using. Okay, so let's go into the next stuff, right? Because it's not all about that. We also have marketing and content creation. So how do we do that? I mean, the trends change all the time. And I already talked about needing to know what the customer behaviors are and the trends and all of that fun stuff. But so using something like HubSpot or Market Muse and Copy.ai, those are a little bit different and a lot better, because what they're basically going to do is give you more for content creation and giving you things like those keywords, giving you the content that is pinpointing your market audience. That's huge, because you can have done all of that research or told ChatGPT or IBM Watson or Google Analytics to do that for you. And yet once you finish doing all of that, you haven't created the content to make that work for you, right? Well, these tools help you do that, specifically using what's out there already and what seems to already be working for people. Things like your keywords. Keywords are part of everything. Even, I feel like that is just so, why am I blurry? Am I any better? That's so weird. I'm blurry. Am I blurry over here too? No, I'm not blurry for you guys. Okay, it's just one location. I have everything connected all together. I am sorry for the blurriness, guys. Do I look more beautiful blurred? I probably do. But anyways, going back to the content creation. So these things, keywords are a huge deal, right? Because even creating a TikTok or a YouTube video or whatever, I mean, in your description, you need to have keywords, you need to have tags, and it needs to go along with the content that you're creating. And that is not always quick and easy to figure out because it changes. So, think about it as simple as you create a YouTube video, you're doing a vlog, creating a YouTube video, and you're trying to get everyone to come and see you, but you have all your tags and listed with like 2023 on it. But what it's 2024, so no one's going to be looking at your 2023 content. And as a matter of fact, you've just made yourself outdated. So using things, software or websites like HubSpot or MarketMuse or Copy AI will help change that. And remember, they're AI. So you're doing a lot less on your end. You're basically just telling it what you want, and they spit it out for you. So these are These are a few reasons why you want to use this type of stuff. Okay, let's go into sales. And no, marketing and content creation and sales are absolutely not the same thing. They're not. Sales is literally that. You're trying to sell a product. Marketing is trying to let people know that your product exists. So marketing is what you use in the beginning. Someone wise once told me that when you first create a product or get your business out there, people won't trust you right away because they have no idea who you are. It takes the average customer or consumer 3 times to see you in order to start believing that you're an actual business and starting to kind of get to know you. But that does not mean they will purchase from you. It takes 3 times for them to see ads, to see that you exist, in order for them to take you kind of seriously and consider even looking at your stuff. It can take up to 10 times of seeing your things and going through your website and having whatever it is to actually purchase from you or inquire about your services. So when we talk marketing, that's marketing. That's marketing first. So if you work with a marketing firm, their first line of action is getting to know you, getting the customers to know you. Again, does not matter what you are selling. That's the goal. After that, it's sales. So you go from marketing into sales. How do you land the sale? How do you convert that into a sale? Tools like, and I'm just getting more and more blurry on this side. And I don't know why, because I have done literally nothing here. Sorry, guys. I think I'm going to have to end the live and then restart the live because I don't know why I'm so blurry here. And you guys just hold on with me. We'll go into the sales one in just a minute. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. And for all of you, it went so well at first. Oh my God, it is just so blurry. Okay, I'll give you guys the sneak peek with sales. We have Salesforce Einstein. I don't think it's my camera. Salesforce Einstein and Zoho CRM. So those are really great tools because they make it so that, for example, on Zoho CRM, I should actually highlight that so you can see it. Deal closures. That's kind of a big deal. So literally, this is an AI layer that is going to make it so that you close the deal on that customer. So you're going to go from having that marketing, the customer knowing who you are and whatnot by using some of these other AI tools or just one location in general. And maybe you don't even use the marketing tools. Maybe you use ChatGPT in order to kind of get an idea of what you need to do to market and kind of do that yourself. But the sales one, I actually think that's a bigger deal because it's helping you close the sale. I mean, there's just not anything else I can say to that. I mean, I feel like there was a video I did recently about a company called Koji. It was a website that was supposed to be kind of like a link in bio thing, similar to Linktree, but it just went for way beyond that. It was doing so much more. And why that matters is because it was purchased by Linktree, but because they were going above and beyond with it, it gave people more opportunity to make more money off of it. It gave people more opportunity to change their lives faster, to be able to do everything that they desire in life because it did the one big thing that we all don't like immediately know how to do. Some of us do when we start a business, but not all of us do. And that's close that sale. We can get them interested into looking at it. How do you close that sale? How do you turn it into a conversion? Truly. Okay, so it is just one side of it. Okay. Okay, so holding it over here. Oh, the fun. All right, I gotta use my fun stuff there. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so like I said, we were into sales that just completely threw me off because I was getting blurrier and blurrier on the other side of the world. And I just was like, what exactly am I supposed to do? I've never literally sat there and saw something just in my face just getting worse and worse and worse. I was like, should I do something about this? Should I do something about this? So I did something about it. But in the meantime, we've talked about sales. I would say out of all the tools that I've talked about, it doesn't mean that some of the other ones may not pertain to you, but I feel like most people are going to get something out of the Salesforce Einstein, which is through Salesforce, by the way. Salesforce actually is a well-known tool, software that a lot of companies and businesses use in general, because it does help with some marketing. They call themselves Salesforce, so automatically people are thinking sales, but I would say that they're actually more marketing than they are sales. So Salesforce Einstein is actually the portion within Salesforce, kind of like ClickUp as I was talking about before, where you are utilizing their AI tool inside. But Zoho CRM, a little bit different because I even wrote it over here. For those of you who can see the actual paperwork, but you can't see me over here, but you can see me over there. It actually gives you the sales signals and predict the likelihood of deal closures and assist with lead scoring. I forgot about the lead scoring. That's a big one too, because essentially that means it's bringing you to the right customer. So especially if you've already done your business plan, you should have kind of an idea of what, who your customer is and what you need to do in order to get that customer. So by doing that, it's going to kind of change it for you in the best way possible. Let's be real, right? And then when you go over to Zoho CRM, it's going to make it so that they're already doing it, and it may have even more tools because it's a little bit more. I'm not good with words today. I woke up at 4:00 in the morning, and so that's what I'm going to say. Okay, so if I'm forgetting words, it's not my fault. And I was blurry, and it was just getting worse. Okay, but the point is, it's a good idea. And I'm just going off about Zoho CRM. And out of all of them, I think it's because I think that's one of the best things. And the lead scoring, of course, because it's going to bring you to your customer. How about I just close that? Let's just keep it going. Okay, so now internal operations and process automation. So these are AI tools that are going to help with automation. I've done videos on some of the ones that I'm going to talk about, which are project management tools, but there's a couple other ones that we've heard about but may not be using, and they are very good with automation. And I don't know about you, but who has the time? Seriously, who has the time? Not me. Not me. Okay? And so therefore, if I need the time and you need the time and you need the time, what do we use to make the time? We use automation tools, but we use AI to make it so that those automation tools work for us. Things like Slack bots, automation, UiPath, and then the fun ones, Asana, Trello, ClickUp, or Monday. Okay, so what are all of these? Slack bots will give you automation in reminders, scheduling, and onboarding processes for new teams. So depending on the type of company and business that you are, it can onboard your people. And, big companies, one that I happen to work for, and I'm not naming names. Literally, I'm not, because I have no association with them after 5 o'clock. But their onboarding is like, hey, it's your first day? Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and dump you into the sharks and tell you to go over here. Oh, a login. You'll have that next week, but we do expect you to have everything done by then. Anyone else experience that kind of onboarding with, big companies? Well, you don't have to be that. You can be the small business who's nice to your employees and uses something like Slack bots and automates at least the onboarding. Or you can use UiPath. And since I reloaded the talks of ticks, that's who's over here. So that you guys up there are aware that is why I had to restart it over here. And you'd think, why is it not on my PC? Ask them, because I asked and they're like, no. And I'm like, why? Why? I'm using your tool. But anyways, UiPath, it's a robotic process. I'm just hitting this like crazy. Robotic process automation. It allows businesses to automate repetitive tasks like data entry and voice processing and more. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that software is going to be like, oh, you do that? And you do that all the time? I'll just keep doing it for you. Think about that. Think about that. That's what that does. It does it for you. Yeah. So I'm going to be using that myself. And so it's going to do that for things that are really basic, right? So, I don't want to say like a ticket, but it says data entry and stuff. But like, say you constantly write the same exact email over and over again. Why would you write that same email over and over? Just use UiPath and make it do it for you. And there's other tools, again. Like I said, this is just the ones that I'm mentioning off of the top of my head. Please do check out my Tubes of You channel, YouTube channel, because I do have another one that does that, and there's free options, profiles and stuff. I just cannot remember it off of the top of my head, but it is a great one, and it does automate processes for you. So you just go in, and it's just like a quick. You just like press / email, and then it'll just type that email entirely for you. You just set it up to do that. So again, Jubear Life, YouTube. But the next one is Asana, Trello, ClickUp, and Monday. Now, I'm not putting them as separate things, and the reason why is because they're all the same. I'm not gonna lie to you. They are all the same. And you know why I'm not going to lie to you? Because not one of these places that I've mentioned, none of these places are paying me. I'm telling you this because I've used all of those, usually because I'm creating some sort of video for it. But on a day-to-day basis, I actually use ClickUp because ClickUp, to me, is one of the best ones out there. But that doesn't mean it's going to be the best one for you. And they're different in the ways that they're different. I feel like Monday is probably one of the most user-friendly project management tools out there. And when I say project management tools, some people think, well, I'm not a project manager. Right. It just schedules you. It just makes it so your life is scheduled and figured out. Not necessarily in a calendar. It will get all your tasks all organized. Put it on a calendar if necessary. Potentially get things connected to other softwares that will allow you to schedule. Like I'm trying to remember one of those. I probably should have put the calendar ones on here. We'll talk about that next time. But they integrate with a lot of those tools. So you technically I don't even have to remember it, because if you want to use Asana or Monday or ClickUp or Trello, you can do that and it'll just tell you directly in there when you're signing up. Monday and ClickUp and Asana are for sure, they have free profiles. That being said, that does not mean that you're going to get the best of the best out of them. The one I feel you're going to get a really good quality for free would be ClickUp. And it's one of the reasons I went with them. However, they're not as user-friendly. You do have to do a little bit more to learn, but you can just go to YouTube and watch some videos. No, not from me. I do have a ClickUp video, but no, not from me. I did not go through all the different little tutorial aspects of it to help you, set up your life. But, I feel like they're good tools. Okay, so now let's talk supply chain and automation tools with that. And by automation, I mean AI, because that's what we're here for. AI tools. Okay, so, and these are the last ones for AI tools. We've got LlamaSoft and SAP Integrated Business Planning, IBP. Now, SAP Integrated Business Planning, if you work in corporate America, they use that a lot. So I'm sure you have heard it more than once in your life. And if you have, good on you for recognizing it. If you haven't, it's fine. They're using it behind your back. You just don't know, because they're one of those places that they just do. So when I'm talking about AI with that's another one of those that this company already exists. They're using AI to work with what they already have out there to basically just bring in more customers. So SAP Integrated Business Planning, it basically offers real time for supply chain planning, and it helps to anticipate demand and manage resources effectively. This is really only going to work for you if you happen to have a supply chain. If you are a business with a warehouse, or you have inventory right in your home and you're doing things like that. I don't want to say dropshipping, but like similar things to that, or maybe you're making something. This may actually help you really keep track of your stuff. So you may just want to look into that for that. But is a good option because, again, the big businesses are using it. The big true corporate companies are using that. And I mean, in my eyes, if I see that these big businesses are using it, it's for a reason, and probably a good place to start. And since it offers AI, it's probably going to make your life a little bit easier. I'm not going to say it's the easiest at all, because these things, when you use it in corporate America, it's not the easiest, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so then there's LlamaSoft. Kind of the same thing, does pretty much the same thing, gives you those analytics and insights, really help you kind of just keep yourself scheduled and on track. But that's going to be very specific for some of you who deal with that. So let me just go back through everything that I talked about really quick. And again, I am going to put it on my website, so you don't have to go far. If you want to find this specific list, you can. It's not that complicated. gbrlife.com. Okay, so you have virtual assistants, customer service. You got the chat bots and virtual assistants, but the tools are Intercom, Drift, ManyChat. For and Zendesk and Freshdesk. For predictive analytics and marketing trends, you can use Google Analytics Predictive Metrics or IBM Watson. IBM Watson. Okay, and then for IBM Watson, Should I say it one more time? Hint, hint. That's a good one. Marketing and content creation, HubSpot. It's been around. You will have seen that in a few places. What I mean by that is because they are marketing, they're great at marketing, and you would recognize their name because they know how to market, and you would just see them. You may have no idea what they do, but you see their name, and so you think, oh, that's something that's trustworthy. That's what they do. And then there's also Market Muse and Copy AI. Remember that. So that's for marketing and content creation. And remember, they help you create the content because they tell you who to create content for and what these people like. That's big. So think about when you get recommendations on things that you're watching. That's what that does. But it's doing it for you and your business. Okay, and then you have sales and CRM that I went off about Zoho. Zoho CRM, that is a great one. And then there's Salesforce Einstein, but Zoho CRM. Internal operations and process automation, Slack bots, UiPath, and then what I was saying already, Asana, Trello, ClickUp, or Monday. All the same. You just have to figure out which one works best for you. Different pricing, different, again, I mentioned AI. I mentioned that Monday is a lot more user-friendly out of all of them. ClickUp is not as user-friendly, but it does a lot more. It integrates with a lot more tools. Asana is very project management oriented, so it's very just regimented, but it's got everything you would need, and I would say it's a quick learn too. And then Trello, I would say, is a little bit more like Asana. And then you have your software optimization, LlamaSoft, and SAP integrated business planning. So that is kind of the end of all of my AI discussion. So because tonight I decided to go with 2 different topics. And by the way, I would love to hear from all of you too. I talk a million miles a minute. So if you guys are doing anything out there that, like, using AI, I mean, with tools that you're just like, oh my God, I cannot live without them, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you're not wanting to let me know in the comments, you can also let me know on the gbrlive.com. Because, I mean, I want to know. Or go to one of my videos and just drop the AI. Let me know. I want to use it. Who doesn't want to use AI tools? It's just going to make their lives easier. And if you're against AI, I get you. It's kind of scary what it can do. It's not like this stuff is small. It does a lot, and it's growing really fast. And then you hear the news and all the different things it can do with all of that. But make it work for you. You know? But like I said, that's kind of the end of my AI options, I don't know, tools, the AI tools that I'm aware of that would really help any business kind of survive, and just make your lives easier as well. And I mean, for goodness sakes, even if you're just a regular human who just decides that you want to, like, an entrepreneur isn't a regular human. That's what I just realized what I said. Maybe we're not. Maybe that's what's so different about us. We're not human. We're human. I'm just kidding. We're not lizard people. Okay, good. So those are the last of those. But now I'm going to transition into parenting after dark. Reason being is because 2 weeks ago I was sick. Now, I'll be honest. My entire family, since I'm doing my transition into parenting, my entire family has been sick for like a month. Maybe 2, actually. It's been a long time that we have been sick. And I mean, it's just, we may have had like one day that worked for us, and that was about it. And another day that's, was just like the worst possible day on the planet. But now we're all kind of just better, not in a bad place. And yeah, I missed the live. because I couldn't make it because I was sick myself. And I was just very tired. I'm tired right now as well, but it's different when you're sick because you can't power through that. Right now I can power through that. So I did 2 in 1. So we're going to get into parenting. Just reclaim your time. Okay. So picture this now that we are in Parenting After Dark. The switch has occurred. Parenting After Dark. It's 2 a.m. The house is quiet. And I'm suddenly awoken by a 3-year-old singing opera. Now, I mean, you think about it. This was the perfect time, right? Everybody's ready to listen. Everybody was deep in sleep. So the stuffed animals, the baby, the big brother, the baby dolls, the big brother, we were all just sitting there waiting for opera, right? Yeah. But then that same child, picture this again, rocking her to sleep. She's all cute, cuddled up. And she goes, "Mommy, you're a good mommy." Yeah. I did love that moment. I'm not going to lie. It was a good moment. Why? Because she said, "You're a good mommy." And maybe I needed to hear that. Maybe I needed to hear for a second that I am not a total screw up as a mother. Because most of the time, I could be the best mother on the... You could put me on a magazine as the best mother on the planet. And guess what? My thought process? I suck. Yeah. Because I don't know what I'm doing. What parent knows what they're doing? And if somebody says that you know what you're doing, you are such a liar. None of us know what we're doing as a parent. But we fake it till we make it, and we love our kids. And so when we have our parenting wins, we're like, yeah, I got it. And then, I don't know about all of you, as soon as I get a parenting win, I immediately want to tell everybody what the win was. Not because of me, but because I'm like, hey, I figured out this works. I just want you all to know this thing works. You should do this thing that I did. It might work for your kid too. I just like sharing the knowledge. Some people think I'm trying to like impair or put a bunch of advice to people, but truth is I am not. I literally just want you to know exactly what I'm going through and ways that I figured a way out of it. I just want to share the knowledge because I think that that's part of humanity. Why do we all not want to just help each other all the time, 24/7? Is it just me? No, I don't want to help everybody 24/7 all the time, but I do feel like helping people, especially in areas that, you know, you feel kind of not great in, is probably something that's a little bit better than not. AKA as a parent, I don't know. I'm down to hear. If you have the guidebook on how to parent, just give it to me. Because they forgot to give it to me while I was in the hospital, when I was coming home twice. They forgot to give it to me because I had 2 children and I don't have the manual. So I would love that manual. But anyways, I will say my daughter really only said those things because we did most of the activities that she liked that day. That's the truth. And before that, she also called me a bad mom. Actually, she usually calls me a bad mom often when I say no to her. That's her new thing. You're a bad mom because I didn't get that toy. It's like, I know, but I got you like 12 toys before that, and I already feel like that was probably not the best idea because I'm probably getting you to continue your bad behavior. She's not that bad. I don't want to say that. And her big brother, my sweet little angel boy. She's also my sweet little angel girl. You know, he's him, and he's adorable, and I love his face, and I love her face. But it does make me wonder sometimes in those moments, like, was it a good idea to have kids? Was this really am I doing this? I'm doing this. Okay, I'm doing this. But I will say this, it is always a good idea. Okay, so if you are ever wondering that and thinking like, should I have had kids? You should. Yeah, it was a good idea. Because I would never take any of that back. Yeah. Here's the thing about that. When some parents will say, "Oh, hey, India. I'm glad that you made it to my live. I don't know if, speaking of live, did you go live today? Because I did not see it pop up today. And I was just assuming because you were doing the podcast that you were not live today. So I don't know. I was like, where did it go? I don't see anything. But I've been having problems with the talks of ticks. I don't know if anyone else has, but where it didn't, I'm not getting the notifications anymore. Like I used to be getting the notifications, and then sometimes I'll see it after the fact that you all will send me something in my messages. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's next Wednesday. Good, because then that means that I get to, what is it called? Send questions. That's what I want to do. So India, you can't see this because I'm streaming on multiple platforms. But yes, please share it with me. But for everyone else who is currently watching on the tubes of you, Twitch and all the other places, India is an accountant. So everything that I talked about before with AI tools, she's not AI. But she is pretty awesome with her accounting because she's an accountant. And you can find her pretty much, I think, across social media. I found her pretty easily as soon as I started to type in her name, India, the locked accountant. It's INDIA. So, just start typing that in. And she's awesome. And she goes live on Wednesdays as well. So definitely. Okay, she's saying it right now. Yes, the locked accountant everywhere. So please go check her out. She also, again, goes live on Wednesdays, but she's coming out with a podcast, guys. So if you like podcasts, I would go see this. I actually go over to her quite often on her lives because, I've had my business for quite some time, but the tools that I was talking about, I only know about those tools years later, Okay, also it's AI. But my point is that I don't know everything right away. And I have had to learn a lot of things because of all of the mess ups that I have made. India, you don't know this, but my first year, I didn't file taxes because I didn't know how. I also made no sales at all, anywhere, in any possible way. Okay? So that was fun. But I didn't even think about filing taxes because, it was in the next, it was like so we're talking about year 2, and I'm going, oh, I'm supposed to file taxes? So thankfully I didn't make any money, so at the end of the day, it wasn't the end of the world, and I did file taxes last year, I promise you. Oh, Empress J's on here, my peoples. Empress J, she does travel, guys, so Empress J for travel, and India for accounting. Please, guys, go see these people. These are my peeps that I go and I use them. I don't use you. I'm just kidding. But I go to them in order to figure out life, essentially. Okay? When it's accounting or travel, these are the people that I go to. And if you happen to know about the Cove, you know about the Cove. And we are the Cove. Yeah, we're a little group. And that's actually something that I would say, if you are a business owner, find your people. Because all those AI tools, I found those out. Yeah, but who did I find it out from? Sometimes Google. Sometimes the people that I work with or am around. Because when you do that, you have an opportunity to grow even further. That's networking. And those tools that I was talking about, which, guys, if you want to know about any of the AI tools, I'm going to put it on my website. So, and I keep saying that I'm going to do videos, but I keep messing that up, trying to go and do it and then just not finding the time. Also, for all of you who are watching, I didn't mention, since this is the Parenting After Dark portion, I didn't mention, that beautiful daughter that I mentioned earlier who, likes to sing opera in the middle of the night or just all day and is really, really loud. She gets that from me because I'm ridiculously loud. She picked my eyeshadow. So if it looks just like, wow, yeah, it is. It is. I look at it and I go, wow. I like it though. And I might do it again next week. I might have her pick it every single time because every time I see myself, I'm just like, holy moly. But yes, that child stops me from doing things. But AI and podcasting stuff, you guys are going to know about it over here because I actually need to make the videos. And shoot, I can actually just do it off of this live. Y'all saw it? Y'all see it? This is going to happen. And the podcasting, which actually, so next week, I'm going to be talking about vlogging and how to start a YouTube channel. So I might add in also podcasting for my life. And then I can also have extra clips there. But I do want to do that separately. So, yeah, I don't know. But let me give you all some fun tips on how to reclaim your time. Now, you all can't see it over here. You all can see it on the screen over here. I do have 10 ideas and ways to help you reclaim your time if you got the little ones when they go to sleep at night. And if they're grown-ups, then why would you let them live their lives, okay? Go let them live, and you need to go live now. It's time to go fly. Fly and do your thing, okay? And these 10 are: reconnect with your interests, which is exactly what we're doing right here, by the way. If you're a business owner, if you're not a business owner, keep up with what you do. Don't stop any of that because you have children, unless you absolutely have to stop because you literally just had them, in which case I get that, then stop. But if you can't, if you can stop and you're just kind of holding on for dear life, yes, the beautiful time will happen. And I do agree, have the time. But also, try not to just do that either in entirety. You want to reclaim that interest that you may have let go of. Because it's actually really, even if you do it for 5 minutes a day, it's actually really important because it keeps you alive. And then there's indulging in grown-up entertainment. That could mean what you want it to mean. Or you could just watch like a show that you weren't able to watch in front of them. Come on now. Keep those minds out of the gutter or put them in the gutter. So, I kid. Do I? Next up, have date night at home. Don't have a significant other? That's fine. Have date night with yourself. Okay? I love my husband, but my husband and I both, one of the reasons I think we work so well is because we both kind of know that Caitlin needs her me time. I would say he does too, and he does. Like, he does his own thing, but Caitlin needs her me time. We understand that. So I'll have like a little date night with myself. He doesn't like to watch all the shows and movies I like to watch. I like to watch a lot of foreign films and shows. I do, because they're awesome. I could tell you a whole bunch to watch, but if you don't like foreign films, don't do that. Netflix has them all, though. And so I go on there and I watch them. And because he doesn't watch them, and they can be raunchy, but they're awesome and very loving. They do it right. I need my time, and I have my little date with myself. He'll cook the dinner. I'm not cooking the dinner, but because I don't like to cook. I'm not cooking. It's just, I'll buy it though. I'll buy it. But you get that stuff and you start eating your food and you start watching your movie. You get your time with yourself, and then the kids wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, I don't hate you right now because I had some time with myself. My eyes are watering like crazy. Okay, and next up, I'm going to have to make this quick because my eyes just keep watering. It's like I'm crying, but I'm not. Okay, really. Next up is exercise. Pampering yourself. Reading or writing. I'm just going through them all. Enjoy quiet moments, catching up with friends, or learn something new. I could go into every single one of these, but and plan for the future. But by the end of it, I'm just going to have just crocodile tears down my face. For what? I don't know. I'm guessing it's... Okay, so here's the other thing. I don't like to wear makeup. And the glitter... Do y'all see the glitter on this thing? Like, I need some ivory to fix it. And not make it so... So... But I love it. I do, all at the same time, because it's so fashionable and fun. No, it's not. It's just fun because she's 3 and she was like, "Mommy," and I was like, "Yeah, because you're cute." So, even though she drove me insane today. But if you do all the things that I'm talking about over here, and for you over here, you can't see it. If you do all those things, oh, thank you. It's loud. When I was a teenager, I would have worn this. No, I want to say teenager. When I was in college, I would have worn this, no problem, and gone out and been like, "I'm so awesome." But now, I mean, I don't know. I have wrinkles just like everybody. I have like a pound of makeup on, so you don't see just how much is on that, you know? And so, I don't know. Like when I see that, I'm like, "Hey, everyone, look at my dark circles. Really zoom in there. Zoom in to the dark circles and the wrinkles that are starting to go." And I'm watching all these makeup tutorials and stuff now. Like, how do you hide the fact that you're getting old? You know? So that's how I live my life now. So doing that. But if you do the things that I'm talking about, it will absolutely help with just getting some you time and feeling good about your time that you actually have. Because again, it's especially when kids are young, it's really about quality over quantity, because you're not going to get all the time that you want. Shoot, when kids are older, they're still calling. Do I call my parents? Well, I've reduced that significantly now because I've realized you're on your own. It was actually right around when I started to actually have my own children. I was like, I should probably figure out this stuff on my own. So I did. And I feel pretty good about that. It only took many decades to be like, okay, I got to do this parenting. This adulting stuff. But at the same time, I have kids now, and I got to teach them how to do the same thing. And so, that's like an all-day 24/7 thing. And I accept my role as a parent. And this is parenting after dark, so I'm going to be honest. That's why I'm saying this. I accept that role as a parent, but let's face it, it's hard. That's a hard thing to do 24/7. Being responsible for somebody in that capacity. Now, I do look over at my parents and I think, well, they're not really doing that now. They may think about it a lot, but they're not really doing that now. So that gives me hope, that I'm not going to, have the weight on my shoulders to that degree. But I don't know. That's one thing I've always kind of wondered. And I would love to talk to any and all older parents who are not my parents and find out, how do you all feel now that you're not parents anymore? I mean, you're all parents because that's for life. But now that it's not your day-to-day. And that being said as well, if any one of you tell me to enjoy my life now, enjoy the time now. No, okay, I get it. I do enjoy it. I take the moments. I have that. But you complained. We're just doing it on social media, which is not necessarily great because there's video evidence of it. But I mean, the point is, you got to complain sometimes. You got to let it out a little bit. It's hard. It's not an easy job. We love it, though. We do love it. And some of us absolutely hate every little bit of it, but we love our kids. I know they won't have time, but but then you have time. You have time. And now you can do things. And that was actually part of the reason them not having time is part of the reason why I feel like out of every single thing that I said and why I'm taking it so seriously in my life, I'm not allowing anything to overtake being a parent, but reconnecting with your interests I think is so important because I see so many, especially moms, who do and okay, dads too, in the sense that like they'll work a ton and then they kind of look up and they're like, the kids are grown. It's like, yeah, you didn't notice the whole time. But if you don't have an interest or just yourself, when those kids go, I get that you miss them, but like, you're still you. So I feel like I'll miss my kids a lot, but less. Like a lot, but less. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. And then watch, the kids will grow up entirely, and I'm going to be like, I just want them back so much. But life is life. It's fine. Parenting. My favorite thing on the planet, but at the same time, those kids, just look at my face. I literally said to my husband today, because I was by myself with the kids today for the entire day. And because he had to go into the office. Well, I work my 9-to-5 job. So this is my life. I'm working 9 to 5. I do GBR Life after hours. And I mean, sometimes during hours, who knows? Do you know? Haha. I know it does. It goes away in 3.5 seconds. But I feel like with what happened today, those children are taking years off of my life. So will it go by in 3.5 seconds, or will I survive this? Because I don't know if I'm going to survive. Because that was a lot today. I told him 12 million times. 12 million times to quiet it down. Just quiet it down. I couldn't even listen to a meeting I was on. Thank God I wasn't talking on this meeting. But I couldn't even hear the meeting I was on because they were too busy like, And I was like, wow, children. And then I asked them again 12 million times, just go outside and do it. Just go outside and scream and talk and yell and have fun and do your thing. No. They were like, I don't want to go outside. You're already doing outside things. Why wouldn't you want to go outside? That's literally why inside air conditioning. And then they said they had the audacity. It is fantastic weather here in Texas right now because we're going into spring, and they're all like, no, it's so hot. I'm like, it's hot? It was so cold. It was so cold. And you're going to tell me this is hot? I don't know. And by the way, we're originally from Florida. The weather is better than Florida right now in regards to temperature. Well, actually, to me, the lack of humidity immediately makes me go like, in general, Texas weather is better. I know it gets hotter, but it's not that right now. It's not. And they're all like, I know you guys said it's too hot. Who said? Nuh-uh. It is not that hot. So, I don't know. I feel like they just wanted to annoy the bejesus out of their mother, and they did. They won that battle. They won. So, I did lose a few years off of my life today, but I love them. And to me, that is parenting. Okay, and I just realized I looked at the time. So that is going to conclude AI tools and parenting after dark with GBR Life live. But next Wednesday, don't worry, I'm coming back. And remember, you can watch all of my lives on gbrlife.com because I do put the live, what is it called? The retake? No. What happened before? I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning today. I don't remember words. The recap of today's live. You can see that directly on GBR Life, also on Patreon. And just, I don't know, I put it pretty much everywhere. Facebook and all those fun places. So you can go over there and you can see any of this if you want to see it because of all the different things that I said. I am going to do the separate videos, guys. Don't you worry. You're going to get some separate stuff when I start doing, especially with this makeup on. I mean, I feel like I need to get off of here and just full blown, like, create all the content that I said that I was going to create a million times. Okay. But you all did just hear what my life is like. And so therefore it's my fault. It's completely my fault. But I got to time manage better. That didn't sound right. That was grammatically incorrect in some capacity. And I just don't know what it is, but I'm not going to take the time and brain power to make that happen. So next week, this overly talkative human is going to come back and we're going to talk about YouTube, vlogging, and how to create a YouTube channel. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun because I'm going to yap your ear off about how to do it. But I have had my YouTube channel now for, I don't know, a long time. And I've created about 123 videos. And I think that's actually the exact number because I was just saying that to my husband today. And I think that's the number that I last saw. It could be more or less of that. I've created a million videos. And at this point, I mean, I don't care what you think or say or feel or whatever when you're looking at me. I mean, I'll just go into my YouTube channel, vlog, talking mode, whatever. I mean, actually, I'll be honest though, depending on the type of YouTube, I'm not going to get into it, but I will say this. Depending on the type of YouTube channel or whatever it is that you're doing when it comes to videos, if anybody is ever trying to do anything and they don't see my live next week, always make a script. Always make a script, okay? And I'm going to leave it there with that. Always make a script. You don't have to abide by that script. But if you make a script, it means everything you want to say, you'll actually say. And then once you start feeling comfortable, you can get rid of the script or you don't. And you always use a script. It makes your life easier. And the AI tools that I mentioned will help you have the script. But don't just use what AI spits out either. Always review everything. No matter what tool I talked about today, always review what it's doing. Always. And thank you, Empress J. I love that you came, and I'm so sad that I didn't get to see that. I think India was trying to say bye, and I didn't notice that because I wasn't really looking at I was like going off on one of my tangents and I didn't really get to see it. So I love you. I love India. I love everybody who's joined. You guys are so awesome. But especially Empress J, you know I love you. Girl, I love you. Why? And guys, if you are, I said it before, I'm saying one last time, she's here. If you're doing any sort of traveling, please go visit Empress J for your travel needs. I mean, come on now. Come on now. If that's what you're doing in your life, go check her out. Where I have my phone is for TikTok, and that's why I have that in front of me, and that's always the case. So go find her there. And yeah, she'll hook you up. She'll help you with your next travel needs. And India, the locked accountant for accounting. Until next time, I'll see you again soon, Empress J. Goodbye, everybody. It was so much fun seeing you. Next week, YouTube, how to start a vlog. Bye.